Right now, your phone knows exactly where you are, where the nearest Chick-fil-A is, and can even tell you if there's traffic on your route to school. But here's the crazy part. 50 years ago, none of this existed. So how did we go from paper maps to having the entire world in our pocket? Today, we're diving into geographic data, and trust me, this is way cooler than it sounds. We're talking about how geographers collect all the information that goes into maps, apps, and basically everything that helps us understand our world. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how that little device in your hand became so incredibly smart about location. Before we jump into the how, let's talk about the why. Geographic data isn't just about finding the nearest pizza place, though that's definitely important. Geographers use maps and data to depict relationships of time, space, and scale. Think about it. During COVID, we tracked disease spread patterns. During natural disasters, we map evacuation routes. Urban planners use data to figure out where to build new schools. This stuff literally shapes how we live. So who's actually gathering all this information? Well, according to your AP course description, data may be gathered in the field by organizations or by individuals. Let's break that down. Organizations include government agencies like the Census Bureau, tech companies like Google and Apple, research institutions, and environmental agencies. Individuals can include researchers and scientists, community advocates, travelers and explorers, and even regular people like you and me. Now here's the important part. There are tons of different ways to collect geographic data, and you need to know the main ones for the AP exam. First up, field observations. This is old school but still super relevant. It's when geographers actually go to a location and record what they see firsthand. A researcher might visit a neighborhood to study urban sprawl or travel to a rainforest to document deforestation. The key here is that someone is physically there, taking notes, conducting interviews, and gathering real-world data. Next, we have travel narratives, basically detailed accounts of people's journeys. These aren't just vacation blogs. Think historical explorers like Marco Polo or James Cook, whose writings gave us incredible insights into different cultures and places. Even today, travel accounts can provide valuable geographic information about how places are changing. Media reports are another goldmine of geographic data. When news outlets cover stories, they're not just reporting events. They're capturing geographic information about places, people, and how locations are changing. A news story about flooding doesn't just tell us about the disaster. It gives us data about elevation, urban development, and population density. Government documents are treasure troves of geographic data. Census data, land use records, environmental reports. Governments collect massive amounts of information about their territories. For example, the US Census happens every 10 years and gives us detailed data about population distribution, demographics, and economic patterns. Personal interviews let geographers tap into local knowledge. Sometimes the best information about a place comes from the people who live there. A farmer might know about changing rainfall patterns, or local residents might have insights about neighborhood changes that don't show up in official data. Landscape analysis involves studying the physical environment to understand human impact. Geographers look at vegetation patterns, land use changes, and environmental modifications to piece together how humans have shaped a place over time. Finally, don't underestimate the power of a good photo. Photographic analysis can reveal incredible amounts of geographic information. You can determine climate from architecture, population density from urban development, and even cultural practices from building styles and land use patterns. Now let's talk about the game changers, geospatial technologies. These include geographic information systems, satellite navigation systems, remote sensing, and online mapping. GIS is like the Swiss Army knife of geography. It's computer software that can collect, analyze, and display geographic data. Think of it as creating digital maps with superpowers. A GIS can layer different types of information, like population density, income levels, and school locations, to help city planners decide where to build new facilities. GPS is probably the geospatial technology you're most familiar with. It uses satellites to pinpoint exact locations on Earth. But it's not just for navigation. Farmers use GPS to guide tractors. Scientists use it to track animal migrations. And emergency responders use it to find people in need. Remote sensing is like having superhuman vision. It uses satellites and aircraft to collect information about Earth's surface from far away. We can track deforestation in the Amazon, monitor urban sprawl in cities, and even detect changes in ice caps. all without sending people to those locations. All this data collection gives us two main types of information that you absolutely need to know: quantitative and qualitative data. Quantitative data is all about numbers and measurements. How many people live in a city? What's the exact temperature? How much rainfall did a region receive? This type of data is objective. It's the same no matter who collects it. Qualitative data is about qualities, characteristics, and descriptions. How do residents feel about their neighborhood? What's the cultural atmosphere of a place? This type of data can be more subjective and might vary depending on who's collecting it. Let's bring this all together with some real examples. When COVID-19 hit, geographers used all these data collection methods to track the spread. They used government health records, media reports about outbreaks, GPS data to understand movement patterns, and remote sensing to monitor how lockdowns affected urban areas. This combination of data sources helped create the maps and tracking systems that guided public health responses. So there you have it, geographic data collection in a nutshell. It's this amazing blend of old-school fieldwork and cutting-edge technology. From researchers with notebooks to satellites in space, we're constantly gathering information that helps us understand our world better. And the best part? This data powers everything from your phone's map app to major policy decisions that affect millions of people. Make sure you can identify these different methods of data collection for the AP exam. And don't forget to think about how qualitative and quantitative data work together to give us the complete picture. Oh, thanks for watching.